Hangouts! Right, here we go. We done a hangout this morning and I was inspired, and so was Michael.
Definitely.
To do a blog, and Lucy's writing the blog. We're going to talk about the blog. What is a hangout? How does it work? What's the etiquette? Because no one knows yet what the etiquette is. So Lucy's going to ask us some questions. Michael?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. We'll start. The first thing before maybe Lucy asks us any question was the key thing is about having some etiquette when it comes to a hangout. Some of the do's and don'ts, really, because I think it's important. And one of the first ones for me is about planning it, especially if you're hosting it. If you're going to host a hangout, say at 8 AM in the morning, don't just turn up at 5 to 8 or 10 to 8 even, because make sure your video camera is working, your webcam, you've got internet connection all sorted. That's so important. So I would say allow a good half an hour for that. Not only for you to make sure that you're on there okay, but for the people that you're asking to join the hangout itself. This morning we spent quite a bit of time trying to make sure that some of the delegates from our social media workshop were actually all okay on there as well and knew what to do. So be aware that some people are not sure how to use Hangouts. I think that's the
some basics. We're talking to someone and they walk off. How about if you're about to go off camera, say, I'm just going for a second, I'll be back in a second. That's etiquette.
Yeah, it's just saying, look, it's a natural thing. You're like in a meeting, but you're not physically there together, are you? But if you need to pop out, say, will you excuse me a second? Just say that, don't just disappear, because next thing is, oh, was that person gone, you know?
Another thing that stood out for me, there's lots of people down below. Look at their body language. When you're talking to them, if you're boring them, they'll drop off a little bit. Have a look at all the guys down there and the girls. Think, are we interesting? Am I talking too much? Am I taking the main slot too much show time?
Yeah. Don't take over the place. Make sure everybody's having a good time. Is having enough time as well on there. If you're doing it in the morning over a breakfast thing, don't eat breakfast. I know it's a meeting, so don't sit there eating your porridge or anything like that. Just make sure that you're in a meeting a lot of the time, aren't you? Unless it's a fun social thing that you're doing, that's fine. But make sure that it's you're in a business meeting.
Where can you see hangouts going in the future? Do you see it being big? Do you think it's going to be just like the Facebook thing that no one ever used it?
Yeah, it's like video conferencing. It's going to take over, I think, from if you're working with clients as a business and you want to have a meeting, or you have reps all across the country, then or internationally, you can have a great board meeting wherever you are, anytime of the day that you want to. And obviously it's free as well. We need to Google
Plus. I think when young people, when you get 16-year-olds on there, because they're not even allowed on Google Plus.
No, they're
going to have 18, such fun. There's a feature that we discovered this morning. You can put a moustache on your face, and as you move around, the moustache. It's a really fun feature, and it's a shame that not more people were on there. We were on there. The whole world. Lucy, how many people were talking Foursquare Hangouts that morning? There was 6 or 7 in the whole world.
Groups that were available. Because mentioned James that popped up.
Yes, I mean we made our Hangouts open to anybody else on the internet, and there are people searching for who wants to join Hangouts. Next thing, we were talking about Foursquare for our clients, and this guy came up from Atlanta, James Creek, great guy, appeared there with his baseball cap and his decks. He was he ran a radio station, so. But he was able to join our conversation, so that was great. And we got some information from him, with information that we didn't know about, did we?
Well, he'd been hanging out with Time Out the day before. James Reck, his name was.
James Reck, sorry, I do apologise. I got his name wrong. James, if you're watching this, I do apologise. I'm no good with names.
It was very early in the morning.
It was.
So he joins groups such as Time Out and can talk to the journalists and get in with them. And told us about Hangout Canapé, which was really good.
And what a life changer. What happened today, I met someone about a month ago on Google Hangouts. He lives in California. He came to the UK to meet myself and a lady called Karen Mercer. All we had ever done is done a Google Hangout. He lives in Norwich. No, he was going to Norwich from America. He came via London to meet us. This thing's huge. I think it's going to be of interest if you're up late. That we spoke to an Australian this morning. Yeah. He had a glass of wine, a cigarette. He was just having fun and hanging out, and he was making new friends. There's an awkwardness as well when you just jump into that room. Everyone's in the same position. No one really knows each other. So
Yeah, we tried.
feel comfortable.
We also tried to see the awkward silence. What would happen if none of us talked, and to see how long that went. But it didn't go on very long, because all of a sudden someone perked up and started talking, because you don't. The whole point there is to have a chat and talk. So it was a clever thing to do.
And you can chat on the side like you used to be able to on MSN. You can type things, can't you, on the side? So if you want to send links that you're talking about, James
Yeah,
sent us the
that's
link.
right.
You can watch a video. You can all watch a video together and hang out. This thing is huge. It's a shame that not more women are watching it. And from a social media standpoint of view, I'd like to see women-only hangouts to get more people involved. All you businesses out there that maybe beauticians. If I owned a beauticians or a hair salon, I would get my clients in there. We'd create a sense of community.
No, what a great sense of community. But what you could do, beauticians out there, you're the beautician, you get your top 10 clients, you bring them together at a certain time, say, be on here, and I'm going to show you and give you some great tips live as to how to do something specific with makeup, or something like that.
I've always wondered, what is hair up? You know, they always talk about. My wife says, "Oh, we do hair up."
I haven't got a clue. Maybe they did it on the hangout.
Maybe they could show people how to do hair up, or they had to do nails. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's a great way to have an
Amazing.
exclusive club for certain of your clients. That's the key thing. So it's not open to everybody. A bit of exclusivity. So there's a few points. They're great. More nuggets to come. Keep watching. Come back, and we'll give you some more nuggets and etiquette on hangouts.
I'd like to see this thing. Lots of scientists that get together, that they haven't got the cure for AIDS or cancer. Let's get them all together all over the world, and this is the thing, that you're going to get creative minds put together all on one screen. There's a big future for this. You mark my words, the next massive cure will happen because of Google Force Hangouts. There you go.
Thank you. That's Michael Kushkira, Gary Gasulu from Loving Social Media.
I hope that helps.